Well, hello guys, this is the Betamax Man. I got about 30 minutes before I go to work, so I thought, I would just go ahead and unbox this Betamax. And this is a Sony Betamax, a GCS 50, which is this is the third or fourth one that I've had. This one is industrial model. Basically what it is the SLHF 900 with Beta 1S recording capability. So the Japanese 900 will record in that Beta 1S, but the American 900 does not. Also, the American 900 doesn't even play Beta 1S. It'll play Beta 1, but not Beta 1S. But this is the equivalent to the SLHF 900 Japan model. It's the closest thing to the Japan model. So I'm going to get my scissors and we're going to break open the box. So you are going to love to see what's inside of here. And I've showed these on my channel before, but I haven't. I was going to do the one I had that was working. I was actually going to do a video on how to service it, and I never got around to doing it because I sold it. I sold it right away, so hopefully everything arrived okay and there's no broken pieces or anything like that. Like I said, this is either the third or fourth one that I've owned. Well, he did a terrible job packing it. Hopefully it's not damaged. He threw it in a box and put a bunch of paper shit in there and thinks that that's going to protect it. Idiot. He didn't even wrap it. They didn't even wrap it. They just threw it in a box. Yeah, Jesus, damn lucky it arrived okay. It does have a dent. There's a small dent on the top, and it has been, that dent was definitely done by shipping. But it's a small enough dent, I can push it back out from the other side, so I don't think there was a remote or nothing. I think it was just the Betamax. So this is an industrial model, so, and I do know that you guys love these models, so when we get it fixed, and we'll list it up on eBay. So this is something that we can repair, and the dent is actually right here at the top, but let me show you the machine, see if you guys can see it better. But there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, but this is the equivalent to the SLHF 900 with Beta 1S recording and playback capability. So we'll turn high band on, we'll turn beta hi-fi on. This has got a bunch of stuff. We'll turn beta hi-fi, channel 2, we'll do edit or normal, servo, framing servo off. There's record level, audio meters. There's a bunch of different knobs. This thing actually does have a lot of bells and whistles, so it's a lot of stuff that the there's some stuff that the 1000 had that this one has. So it's very the closest thing to the 900 as you can get. So it's basically, it looks like a 900 except for the where the jog shuttle dial is. It's not a removable door, it's a permanent location. So, but it's pretty nice. So we're gonna clean it up, we'll plug it in, and we'll see if it gets power, and we'll see if it works. If it works, we'll do a service on it. If it doesn't work, we'll repair it. Because I would like to... Yes, this is going to be one of these models that are going to be completely refurbished. Okay? So I'm going to completely refurbish it and then drop it up on eBay. In fact, I like this model so much, I actually kind of would like to have this as my playback deck and actually sell one of my 1000s. So I might keep this and sell one of my 1000s. I'm not really sure yet, but this one most likely I'll keep my 1000s. I think I'll just fix this one and sell this one. So this one's probably, we're going to start the bidding out at about 175, 180. We'll start the bidding out on it and see where it goes from there. You can buy this from me for $300. So I'll have a buy it now price for $300. Well, hello guys, it's now nighttime. So I got off work about an hour ago. Ate dinner and decided that I wanted to get around to testing this thing and see if it works. Now the listing said that it was used previously, so basically they're saying it was working. So let's just see if it works, because if it works, then all we have to do is do a service on it, a full service, and then it'll be ready to go up for auction. So if you're wanting to buy this, I will have it up on eBay. So I got my test tape. So what I'm going to do is take the screws off the cover. I'm going to pull the cover off just in case. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try it. Okay, let's put our cassette in. So far, so good. I bet you this thing's gonna work. Play. Oh. Well, we had a picture. There we go. Nope. Okay, it does not work. Well, it works for a few seconds and then it stops. It's got a good picture though. Well, kind of a good picture. It's stopping, so why? Okay, let's hit eject. I wonder why it's doing that. Oh, look at that. Ooh, just ate the tape. That's a good thing it was a test tape. Ooh, crap. Can I get it out? There, come on. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we'll spool it back down. On a beta cassette, you can push this little button, or you can push the button right here where this flap is, and that'll open the lid, and you'll be able to spool it back into place. So we'll show you how to do this. So you just take a key or something, put in there, and you can lift. I just put a key. I slid a key right in there. So you just slide something in there, and it'll pop it right open. So that's how you do it. That's how you spool, and you can just spool it back in. So we're gonna take the top off and see what's going on. So let's investigate. The nice thing, oh, there was something else that this machine has that the 900 doesn't. This has flying erase heads. These are flying erase heads, just like the 1000. The SLH of 1000 has flying erase heads. But this is basically the SLH of 900 with Beta 1S. There's a switch that you can push. There you go. See? Beta 1, Beta 2. This does not have Beta 3. This particular industrial model does not have Beta 3. It has Beta 1S and Beta 2. It will not record in the original Beta 1. It will only record in the high band. So it will record. Now, it's not the 6.0 megahertz like the 1000 does. This is actually the 5.6. So this was the first one. The Beta 1S recording and playback was also available on the 750. The SLH of 750 and the 950 can record in that Beta 1S, and the 1000 had Beta 1 super high band, which was a little bit sharper image. So the Beta 1S 5.6 megahertz was around 300 lines of resolution, whereas the high band, the 6.0, you're getting anywhere from 310 to 320 lines. So it's quite a bit of difference if you have the 6.0, but this one only does the 5.6. Now this one does have a dew sensor, which is something that the home models do not have. I don't know why they didn't put a dew sensor on the SLH of 1000, because they should have, but they didn't. But they did put it on the GCS 50. This is a very nice piece of equipment. So I really want to get this thing fixed. So let's see what's going on here. I'm just wondering if maybe it's got a capstan. Might have a capstan problem. Ah, okay, I can tell. I know exactly what's going on. The Hall effect device. The Hall effect device has failed. Because when it loads a tape, it's supposed to forward the tape about a half a second. So when you load it and you don't see that movement of the reel, it's supposed to move for about a half a second. Okay? I'm not seeing that. So if we hit play, I already know what's going on. No, it's moving. Okay, it's moving, but look at how much tape. We may not have, we're not, there's no torque. We have no fast forward. We don't have any rewind. Okay, we've got a Hall effect device that's failed. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, that's chewing it up. So, rather than chew up my tape here. Uh-huh. You see that? You see how it's not spooling the tape back into the shell? So that is going to be a problem with the Hall effect device, I'm pretty sure. It could be. Now there are four electrolytic capacitors that are on the circuit board, the circuit board that controls the motor. They have caps. They're 16 volt at 47 microfarad. Now, it could be that the capacitors have failed. That could be a possibility. So let's get this tape spooled back into its shell. I'm going to use a test tape because I want to see what's going on. I want to see if there's any movement in the reels. So let's do that. Okay, so this is I call it my dummy tape. This is just a empty shell. I took the tape out of it and I cut the plastic away so that I could see what's going on, because you can't. You can buy dummy tape for VHS machines. They were also available for beta, but to try to find one is impossible. I've tried. I've looked on eBay, I've looked Amazon, I've looked a lot of different places. Even I looked on Facebook, and nobody sells. I've never seen one of these dummy tapes for sale. So you see them for VHS, you know, but VHS was very common, so they made 1 million VHS. So, but beta is another story. So I made one. So let's put a tape in. And it's not heavy enough to go down all the way. I had to help it. Okay, so let's hit play. See that? Yep, just like I thought. We've got no movement of the take-up reel. The take-up reel is not turning. Our capstan is, but our take-up reel is not. So let's hit play. Okay, but if we turn this, it's not going to shut off as long as we turn that. But the minute we stop turning that and it senses, see, it detects that the spool's not turning and it's going to go into automatic shutdown. So I already know what's going on with this machine. We've got a problem with either the Hall effect device has failed or the capacitors have failed. Or, one thing that I've seen happen is sometimes the IC chip, the integrated chip, the IC chip actually can go out too. I actually had an SLS 600 that happened to. The little IC chip failed on the for the capstan motor. I think it was a capstan, or maybe it was the Hall effect. I can't remember, but there was an IC chip that went out, and I was chasing everything and trying to figure it out, and I thought it was the motor, but the motor was fine. The coils and stuff were fine, but the thing was, you know, messed up. But anyway, so I'm gonna get my dental pick because I want to know. This is going to tell me if I just want to see if I can feel. So you'll have to turn the power on and off to get the machine to respond. So let's hit play. Yeah, my capstan's turning. I have my capstan is turning, so the problem on this one is going to be the Hall effect device. But if we move this with our fingers, it's going to continue to play because it notices that the reel's turning. As soon as it's not turning, it'll do that. So let's eject it. You see how the when we hit eject, you see how this wasn't even turning either? Sometimes, if it's the Hall effect device, a lot of times it'll be either the one or the other. Sometimes it's like the take-up reel won't turn or the supply reel won't turn, but the take-up one, you know, sometimes so this is just usually the motor is not going to go out on all of its modes. You know, rewind, fast forward, play. Sometimes it'll just go out on the play side, or sometimes it'll just go out on the fast forward, or sometimes it'll just go out on the rewind. But it might play a tape or fast forward, but it won't rewind, or it might rewind the tape, but it won't play and it won't fast forward. So this is kind of making me think that it may be the capacitors that have failed, because none of the modes are operating. And even though the Hall effect might be bad or going out, you still have one mode. There's usually still one mode that works, whether it's rewind or just fast forward or just play or whatever. So that's what's making me think that it might have some bad capacitors. Now, Sony was very known for using those really shitty Elna caps. But I could be wrong. It could be the actual motor. If the coil has went bad, or if the coil, you know, the coils, sometimes they go bad, so, so, what I'm gonna do, oh, this thing has a cool feature. It has, you can insert video, or you can insert audio. This actually has some pretty cool features. So, this is the third or fourth one of these that I've owned. Very nice machine. Usually these are pretty reliable. They're pretty robust. They're usually pretty good machines. So, but let's just see what we can do here, because we should be able to. I think we should be able to get this thing going. So let's see, eject. See, that's not turning. So we've got no fast forward, no rewind. We only got play for a few, you know, seconds. Let's just see how many seconds. No, there's nothing. There's no tape, so it's not gonna. The counter's not gonna work because there's no There's no tape, and the tape has to have. The control track has to detect information off of the tape in order for your tape counter to work. And I seen somebody on YouTube once, they put a blank tape in and they hit play and it didn't have a counter. Well, it doesn't have a counter because the control track has to detect that there's something being recorded onto the tape. And so that's why, you know, see, where a tape counter is not gonna, we're not gonna get a tape counter, see? Because there's no tape, so the control track doesn't detect anything, and so It basically just thinks this is a blank tape is what it thinks. So let's take this thing apart and see what we can do, because we might be able to get this thing going pretty easily. So, but I think we'll do that in another video. This will be the end of this is the unboxing and diagnostic video. So basically it plays for a few seconds and then it stops. So that is definitely, you know, caused by the motor. The idler motor's not working at all. Idler motor's not turning, so we do know what's wrong with it. We're gonna put a tape in and we'll see how many seconds it goes before it stops. Okay, let's hit play. About 4 seconds. So it plays about 3-4 seconds and then stops. And if we hit play again, four seconds. So watch when I eject. Yep, see that? So I think we're gonna have to replace the motor in this thing. So the Hall effect device is probably, I think the Hall effect device has definitely failed. We will try putting capacitors in. We'll try that. We'll replace them and see what happens, but I doubt that changing those caps are going to do anything. Because I bet you that Hall effect device has failed. Usually they don't completely fail, but I am kind of thinking that it might be caps, but because it's not doing anything at all. So that kind of makes me think that, but I really don't think so. I really think that probably the coils went bad. They went open circuit. Coils probably open circuit, and so they're not working. So I'm definitely thinking that that's gonna be the issue. I wonder how you clean the counter on this thing. There's gotta be a button to clear the counter. At least I would think so. I don't see anything that clears the counter. I don't see anything that for usually there's a button so you can clear the counter. I don't see one. That's interesting. Huh. That is weird. Huh. Interesting. Nothing, there's no button to clear the counter. Interesting. That's weird. You would think there would be a button to clear the counter. There it is, right there. It's hidden. That erase, that's for index mark, but you hit reset. Reset's right there for the counter. So that's what's going on with this thing. So we'll have to do a later video. We will do a repair on this thing. It's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be easy. It's pretty sure it's probably the motor. Anyway, well, at least we know that we have to repair it. But you know, the last couple purchases I've made on eBay where they say that they've been used previously, and they say that when they say it's been used previously, that's telling you that it's working. But when they don't put anything in the comment section, I was looking today because I could have swore they said it worked or something in the comments, but that was probably another machine that I bought. But I was looking at it today, and it just says that it was used previously, but there's nothing in the comments. So that usually tells me that they usually don't say that unless it is working. You know, of course, I contacted the buyer, you know, and I'm like, you know, you really shouldn't, you know, I will contact the buyer, because I'm going to let them know that, you know, you shouldn't tell people something's working unless it works. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, people just seem to be, they will lie just to sell the product. Now, luckily, he sold it to somebody like me who knows how to fix them. But let's say he sold it to one of you guys that doesn't have knowledge on how to fix it. You don't know how to fix it. What if he would have sold it to somebody who, you know, they would have had to send it back. They would have had to pay to ship it back, which is a machine as heavy as this one is, and as far as it was going. I think this came out of California, so it didn't take that long to get to me, because it wasn't going that far. But let's just say somebody lived in Texas. So they buy something thinking it's going to work, and they put one of their good tapes in there, and it doesn't work, and it chews it up. I mean, why lie about it? Just be honest about it. Just say, hey, you know, it doesn't work, or it worked several years ago, but I haven't tested it currently. You know, and maybe the guy didn't have a tape, and I think the guy just said that just to sell it, which I don't really care, because I know how to fix them. But if I was somebody that didn't know how to repair them and was buying something that was supposed to work, I would be pissed. I'd be really pissed. So, I mean, you know, just my advice to anybody who's selling, it doesn't matter what it is on eBay. If you don't know that it works, don't say it does. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that, hey, you know, just be honest about it, you know. But most of my viewers, I think, are honest people. Most of my viewers, I think, are good, honest people, so. But, you know, sometimes it's just, you buy things on eBay, you have to be very careful with eBay. Me and the Betamax kitty are going to put this thing together, and we're going to take a look at it at another time. We're going to take a look at it. We'll get it fixed and get it up and going, because this machine, this was a very nice machine. You can do video only, so you can insert video only, or you can insert audio only, or you can have audio going through one channel, and then on the other channel you can have a different audio. So you could record audio on either the left or the right or both. So this thing actually does have it. This feature, I don't think that I don't think the 1000 has that feature. But due to the fact that this is an industrial machine, it's probably why it has all that, because, you know, these are usually used in a studio, like a production company, or a TV news broadcast company. So, anyway. Yeah, so, this will be fixed. It'll be, ready to be, repaired. Here's, one thing about some of the industrial models. Take a look at this, take a look at the, fuse. You notice it has some writing on it. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, out of focus. Anyway, so if this thing blows, you'll know that it blew because it's got a gauge on there. So I thought that was very interesting. One thing I'm not sure about is it says framing servo. So I think you can turn this on, and what that'll do is allow you to do really good edits. Like, it'll actually stabilize. I think what that does is it'll stabilize the picture while you're doing the frame by frame. Frame by frame, it'll stabilize it so that your recorder will record a stable image when it's going frame by frame. So I think that's what that's for, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So, oh, you guys got to see my Laserdisc player that I hooked up there. Here's my new Laserdisc player. It's a Panasonic LX1000U, which is a high-end model. And then above it, I have my RCA Selectavision video disc capacitance electronic disc player. So the laser disc is on the bottom and the CED is on the top. I can play back all different types of formats. I can play back, you know, just about every format that you could think of. You know, where it's videotapes or video discs. And I can play them back. And I have a Video 8. My Video 8, which is right down here. Which I'll have to hook it up one of these days. One of these days I'll hook it up. But right now it's just kind of sitting on the shelf there, waiting to be used. But I think that'll end this video, and stay tuned for the repair video. So this is the unboxing slash diagnostic video. So this thing plays for about 4 seconds and then stops. So if you've got a Betamax machine that's doing this, and this is a very common symptom, where it'll eat tapes, or it won't play, or it won't rewind, or won't fast forward, or this is going to be your problem in the idler motor. So we will show you how to fix that later on. So we'll see you in the next video, and I just want to say thank you to all my viewers, and I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I'm not quite sure how many subscribers I have, but it's not enough. I need more. So, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's very much appreciated. Nobody donates anything to me. I'm doing these videos on my own. So I don't make any money by making these videos. Most of the time I'm just doing it for fun. And I also like to share my knowledge. Now, I don't have, the knowledge. There's a lot of other people out there that have way more knowledge than I do. But I do have a little bit of knowledge, and I do like to share it. And I'm a hobbyist. I'm not a professional repair person, but I do know how to repair them. And I repair quite a few of them. There are some times where I can't repair them because I can't get the parts, or the parts are expensive, or sometimes I just don't know what's going on with it. So even if I don't know what's wrong with it, I might, take a break from it and then come back. Because sometimes if I can't figure it out, and I take a little bit of a break from it, and I come back, and I can fix it. But there are times where I can't. So, anyway, that's all I'm saying. So, thank you guys for everything, and yeah, but a good rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.